Good morning, grade 7s. I hope you had an awesome weekend. We are starting a new section this week called decimal fractions. Now, you did do decimal fractions in grade 6, so hopefully after I've spoken for a bit, you will start to remember what decimal fractions are. We get different kinds of numbers. We get whole numbers. So 5 would be a whole number, or 55, or 165. Those would be whole numbers. Then we get fractions. For example, 3/10 is a fraction, a common fraction. And then we get decimal fractions, which are also fractions, but written in a different way, like that. Right, let's look at how they fit in. If I have a whole number, let's make it 3. That is 1 plus 1 plus 1. It is 3 wholes. If I want to add a fraction to that number, I will put it on the other side of the comma. This is the decimal comma. It separates the whole numbers from the fractions. So 3 is the whole number, the comma is the decimal comma, and the 2 is the fraction part of the whole number. Now please look carefully. The whole numbers are always capital letters. The fractions are always lowercase or baby letters. It's very important that you remember this, because when you are asked about place value, if you don't take note of whether the letter is a baby letter or a capital letter, you will get the place value incorrect. So let's have a look at the number 1. If I place the number 1 there in the units column, it is just 1 whole. If I place the 1 in the tenths column, and remember, we put zeros in the other columns. That 1 is in the tenths column, so it is 1/10. If I put the 1 in this end column, it is in the hundredths column. And if I place zeros in all the other columns, 0,01 is 1/100th. Now exercise 7.1 is asking you to write common fractions as decimal fractions. So let's look at how we can do that. If I've got a chocolate bar with 10 pieces in it, and I eat 3 of those pieces, I have eaten 3 out of 10. I've eaten 3/10 of the chocolate bar. If I were to write that as a decimal, this number here tells me which column it must go into. It must go into the tenths column. So I will put that 3 in the tenths column, and I will fill in the other spaces with a 0. So 3/10 means that there are 0 whole bars of chocolate and 3/10. If I were to write that in words, it would look like that. And that is all you are expected to do in exercise 7.1.